Welcome back. I am not alone.
She ain't alone, y'all.
Hey, my girl is back.
I am back.
Like, it's been so long.
Oh my gosh, I feel like kissing this mic right now. Like,
Girl,
I missed
don't do
you
that.
guys.
It's
I definitely
germs.
ain't as dusty. But hello to everybody. Oh my gosh, I've missed you guys.
We missed you too. What has been like new and exciting in Chatty Mother's world? Tell us, girl, what's been going on?
Oh my gosh, so I experienced snow in Calgary. Calgary is so beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
No, you guys are probably the ones that have been living here. You guys are not really taking it in. Like, it's freaking amazing. The mountains with the snow on it. I'm like, the mountains! Like, I've been screaming while I'm driving. I'm screaming at the planes.
Really?
I'm screaming at the sky. I'm screaming.
Girl.
It's so beautiful. So I've just been enjoying the weather, even though it's bad. Like, I've been enjoying
It's
it.
cold. But like, I
It's so
feel like
pretty.
Toronto, like, it gets colder because like it's humid and it's not dry.
But we don't get snow this early, girl. We just got snow. I think they just got snow just last week. But
Girl, I seen. Okay, oh gosh, what? Somewhere in Ontario. I don't know where in Ontario, but it is like winter.
yeah, they
blitz,
told me now it's
like,
really bad.
like literally like life threatening. Like this girl, I was laughing. Like I shouldn't have been laughing, but this lady was on the news, literally reporting. She's like, life threatening conditions. I'm like, what? Go inside. Like,
No, yeah. I was actually snowed in for a bit because I didn't have a freaking shovel. I was not ready.
I know,
But
you were.
I've been good actually.
Yes.
For the last 2 weeks we haven't been here.
Yeah, I think I want to say 2, 3, like even maybe.
Fucking on 4.
That's it.
But yeah, I have been still like creating these topics and still chatting, y'all.
Yeah.
So if you want to catch up on those episodes, check me out on Chatty Mother YouTube channel, Chatty Mother. I do have a playlist for these episodes, and I continued, girl. I was talking.
Yes. Oh, you go.
Yeah,
That's so inspiring.
yeah,
I love
catch
it.
up.
Hey. Okay. Well, you've been chatting, and you're chatting with us today. So I
Yes.
gave them a little bit of a preliminary of what the topic will be around
Okay.
relationships, but I didn't say the question. So
Okay.
we've been on our P's and Q's. So what are we diving into today?
Yeah, I was like, let's do something more fun. We're always around the like mental health and all that stuff. Let's talk about relationships. Let's talk about love.
that's like also mental
Drama.
health though too, girl.
Well, Gary, you're right. You're right. Okay, so the question that I have for you today, because it is a question, is, and it's for all of you guys, let's really think about this. Can you be friends with somebody you were once intimate with while you're in a serious relationship? Because we know you can do it while you're single. You can dip back if you want to. But friends, so it's not saying you guys are no longer intimate. So can you be friends with somebody that you used to be
intimate with?
Pumping.
Can still be friends, but like while you're in a relationship or just period? Like,
Well, this one says while you're in a serious relationship.
right, while you're in a
I think that's when it
serious
matters more, which is why they're asking that.
That's interesting. Ooh, okay. So are you asking me first?
Yeah,
Do you
girl.
have- okay. I was like, do you have an answer first,
Okay, I can
or-
answer first if
Okay,
you
go,
want.
Go.
My first answer would be like, if I'm just being real without like being conscious of other things, is hell no. You don't need to be friends with somebody you used to be pumping and bumping. Like, no. But
Not
you know,
pumping
there
and
if we're talking about a relationship that's serious and you really have trust in this person,
Yeah.
maybe you know the friend and there's
Yeah.
more context around it. I think it's possible.
Possible.
It's possible,
Keyword.
but it's scary for me because, you know, the little secret conversations,
Right.
or little
Yeah.
looks, and like
just the
I've been there, done that.
yeah, just like the closeness. I think. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think about like. I mean, there are people in my life that I was intimate with once upon a time, but like, like we're cool. We're not like friends. We're not like we don't hang out. It's just like when we see each other, it's love. And it's
Right.
cool, but we don't like check in. We're not like there's not
Yeah,
really a
you're
relationship.
not like hanging out, friends, calling for advice.
Right. Like we're cool. But in terms of being friends, I don't know. That's hard. I feel like, what more is there? It's like I have enough friends.
Yeah,
Like-
I think the context is needed because if your partner comes into the relationship with this friend and they're already like one of their besties,
Right.
it's kind of hard to navigate it. But you
That's
have to. It's the trust part. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, are you bringing the friend around me so I can get to know them better? Is this just your secret friend that like I don't know much
No one
about.
else. Yeah.
And how did I
Context
find
matters.
out that y'all were intimate? How did I know that?
Right. See, ooh, so many questions within the question.
Right, I know.
This is so good. Yeah, context I think definitely matters. Ooh, I want to put it out to our soul listeners, our soul friends. Can you ask the question one more time, Chatty?
Okay, can you be friends with somebody you were once intimate with while you're in a serious relationship?
Let us know. 403-220-3991. Text us. We'd love to hear you on the phone. We'd love to hear your voice.
Ooh,
So
call
give us a
in.
call.
Oh my gosh,
Right?
yes,
Share
yes.
your stories. Like
Get chatty.
That's it. Yeah, sit on that to Solar Power with your girl, Miss Priscilla Cherry. And
Chatty mother.
hey. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We were talking about some relationship things before the music break. Asking some spicy questions. So, okay, maybe because we had some people text in their answers. So can you remind the question again, Miss Chatty?
Yes, of course. The question was, can you be friends with someone you were once intimate with while you're in a serious relationship?
Okay, and then we had our own answers. You were like, hell to the nah. Like, you just like, there's no. It's very like
A
black
lot
and
more
white for you.
context is needed. I'm just going to say no at first.
Yes. I was kind of like not that I was like ambiguous, but I just was like, well, I have some friends that I'm acquaintances with, but like I'm not like besties. So I think, yeah, like you said, going back to context matters.
Right.
So, Che texted in and says, yes, it's more about your partner having self-confidence and trust in you. Oh.
Context again is needed.
Right.
I'm like, okay, but what if?
How do you feel about that answer? I don't know. Adam says, I'd say you cannot be friends in that situation. Chances of the ex getting jealous and awkward are just too high.
Yeah,
So
chances
that's
of the ex, chances of you. Then what if your ex decides to move on? You're like, but I thought you were all for me.
Yeah, right.
And now you're, acting ways and your partner's like, what the hell is going on?
Exactly.
So
Adam says no. Che says yes. Charlene says, I have comments, but not really. I'm just excited to hear what the people have to say.
Charlene, girl. I love Charlene. I love it.
Our resident texter, she says, great topic today. I just want to hear what everyone else has to say. We love you, Charlene. This is what people have to say. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, context really does matter.
Yeah. Because what if you're in a relationship, first of all, how long have you guys been together?
Yes.
Is it a new relationship? Are you just trying to build that trust? Because during that time, it's really hard. Like, I don't know you, so I don't know.
Right.
Should I trust that this is just really your friend, or am I going to put my heart into it and get hurt now, finding out that you guys been doing,
That's the thing. It's just like, oh, you're building trust, and it's just like, okay, I'll be lenient, or I'll be patient with this thing, and I'll trust you in this aspect, and then it's like, just kidding, and then they end up falling back or whatever, and it's like, but I trusted you. So there's.
I think asking the right questions, communicating how you feel to your partner. I feel like also if they're just like really defensive, I think that's a red flag. I think it's look out for those little red flags and stuff like that. Try to involve yourself and see how she feels, or he or she feels about it.
Yeah. Like,
are you okay with me being a part of that conversation, or is it just y'all?
Right, exactly. Or would you go on like a triple date, like in terms of like you and your partner, and then that friend that's in question? It's just like, oh, okay, well, if it's nothing, then why don't we go for coffee?
Exactly. Do they come over your house? Like, what kind of friend is this? Is it a work buddy that they're always together with? So you gotta question.
Ask the right questions.
Yes.
Speaking of, we have another question, so that wraps up that one. Thank you, friends, for texting in.
Yeah, so the next question is kind of in the same realm. If your partner feels uncomfortable with you having a certain friend of the opposite sex or same sex, depending on what you're into, are you cutting them off? So basically your partner says, I don't like that friend.
Right.
Cut them off. I don't want you talking to them no more. Are you just going to cut them off? Are you what?
Again, I would ask questions. It's like, okay, well, what happened? Why? Like this person, and like how much significance does this person hold in my life?
Okay, let me make it even. Let me give you context.
Okay,
maybe this friend is heterosexual relationship. So male dating a woman. Maybe the girl has a friend that's a man.
Yes.
And maybe the guy is a little bit charismatic, extra charismatic, friendly, possibly flirty.
Sure.
But your spouse, your woman is okay. Like that's her friend.
Okay.
But you don't like it. Every time you're around, you're just like, okay,
what's this guy?
He's doing your job. He's opening the door. He's kind of like, but to her, that's her friend. And she's always telling me, like, he's just my friend. And he's not gay. Because, like, if he was a gay friend, you already know it's like, okay.
It's fine.
He ain't checking for me.
About to say. Yeah. I'm like, oh,
I knew you were about to say that. Definitely not. Not that easy.
I got a gay bestie. What's up?
No, he's a straight guy, but you guys are really friends. Well, maybe in your eyes, you're really friends. Maybe you don't even see those red flags.
And I think, sometimes there could be some naiveness going on. This reminds me of an episode. Oh my gosh, I think it was like
Family or Fiance?
Yeah!
Oh my God, I've seen that episode. Girl,
you know,
we're the same.
High five. Literally, that is exactly the episode I'm thinking of, and that was not okay.
That was
like,
not
she needed
okay.
But that was like so crystal clear as day. Like, as
she
an outsider
liked
looking in,
the attention she was getting from the friend in the bad way.
And that's the thing. It's like,
and she was okay with defending him against, like, her boyfriend was saying he didn't like it.
Just straight up, and was like honest about it, and was like, these are my feelings. Like, hello, do you not see it? So, like, I think in that, like, I saw that with my own eyes. Like, that's clear as day. Like, that man likes you.
Right.
It's very disrespectful to your partner and your husband. Like, that you need to cut off.
And they're not even, the two guys aren't friends. So it's not like he's cool with your guy. Your guy's just hanging on the left, and he's all about you. So you got these two guys all about you. Like,
that's weird. Yeah, like, it's kind of like unclear whose role.
Yeah, it's a competition.
It's a competition. Yeah. So that wasn't cool. And honestly, I don't know. I think now I'm thinking of both questions. It's kind of like, why? Like, okay, I don't know. Actually, it's kind of hard because it's like a partner or someone that cares about you. Like, would they give you an ultimatum? Like, the episode that we saw, like, that was like, okay, you are literally married. Like, that's right. You know. But if you're building a relationship, all these things, it's like, ooh, how do I feel about this person giving me an ultimatum, though?
Right.
So I don't know.
And I also think, like, at the end of that episode, we also found out that the girl had lost her father and then hadn't had any men in her life that actually stayed.
Right.
And this man was one that had kind of stuck with her through everything and wasn't leaving her. So she had trauma or, like, other past things that made her the way she was to accept his behavior.
Yeah.
So I think it's about communicating and really understanding your partner, where they're coming from.
Their past,
like, why they might be okay with this behavior, or because maybe they don't see it the way you see it.
Exactly.
We have different lenses, and we all have a different perspective of things.
100%. Che texted back in and says, I had a partner that say she would leave unless I stopped hanging out with my friend James. I let her go because I felt it was just an ultimatum. That's what I'm talking about, the ultimatum she knew I would not cave into. So see, in that case, it's just like, it sounds like James was an important person to Che that texted in.
Right.
And so, yeah, they made their decision. It's like almost when the partner on the other side, I guess, is giving an ultimatum, it's like, oh, well, you know what? You just made my decision for me. You can go. It sounds like that's what would happen here. But again, I think context matters.
Yeah, because I think if it's disrespectful and you feel, I think you have a right to, I just think that I don't know about saying, like, cut him off.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's more of like, okay, maybe distance your friendship a little bit, or figure out how to make boundaries.
Exactly.
Boundaries.
Just talk about it, and not exactly what Shay's saying.
Make me feel more comfortable about your friendship.
Yeah, because this is like, I will leave you unless you do this. That's like,
bye.
Yeah. So
like, goodbye.
Yeah.
Like,
right?
seriously.
Like, there's no communication about it. There's no conversation. There's no like, negotiating.
That's controlling. That's controlling at that point. It's no longer like trying to work together to solve this issue.
Right.
Because a lot of times we're arguing with each other, but there's just this one issue. Let's talk about how we can figure out that issue and move past it. Right. So if you ask me, why do you want me to cut you? If you said to me, cut that person off, I'm like, why?
Why?
Then you explain, I'm like, but that don't
make no sense.
That don't make no sense. Or it's like, oh, I understand. Let me explain why that's happening, or why, or how I can change that to make you more comfortable.
Yeah, like not in a gaslighting way, but just literally just like.
Oh yeah, no, I might have sounded sarcastic. I was being serious.
No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Listen, come through social work. Let's go, Chatty. We love it. Well, let's keep thinking on this question, because then we have one more to wrap up the show. So yeah, let's go over this question one more time, and then we'll see who other answers we got.
Okay, so the question is, if your partner feels uncomfortable with you having a certain friend of the opposite sex, or same sex if you're into that, are you cutting them off?
The people want to know. Welcome back to the show. Okay, I don't know why I'm singing.
Chatty Chit Chats with Chatty Mother on the last hour. Solar power.
Hey. Okay.
I've been waiting for 3 weeks.
You better
to
sing
say
it.
that, okay?
You better sing it.
It's been a good minute. A hot minute with the chatterbox.
And people are chatting right back to us.
Okay, what are they saying?
Okay, I'm trying to read this. It like got broken up in a text. Let me try. Coming from a unique perspective.
Okay.
So they're saying queer female voice. They want to join the conversation. Happily in a relationship for 20 years.
Ooh.
Year 2 of
Congratulations.
Right? Congratulations. That's massive. That's amazing. Year 2 of our relationship was open, but has been closed. So they had an open relationship for the first 2 years, but then it has now been closed for over 15 years. So since that time.
Okay.
I'm still friends with my other partner I had during that time. I even went to that person's wedding alone, all these things. So I've never been told not to hang out with them or like with someone, but boundaries,
of course,
and communication are so important. And then also talks about trust. So it is also a trust thing.
Is it a same-sex relationship, right? She's married to a female?
Now they are, yes. And so they had...
The 20-year relationship is...
Yes.
Same sex.
Same sex, but so they had before, so now it's like a 20-year relationship, yes, but then for the past 15 years, it's been closed, just the two of them, but started off as an open relationship. So,
okay, I'm going to speak on this because women together, first of all, are very different. The communication is totally different. So I can understand how that would have been like, oh, nobody's going to ask you to, because I'm sure you were already communicating to make sure that your partner felt reassured, understood what this relationship is, you know, how this relationship is now, and that they felt no threat.
Oh, okay, clarify. So they just texted in. They're with a man now.
Okay.
So that
is the the person that they're cool with still. Is it a male or a female?
So many questions. I don't know.
I'm just curious because I feel like the gender matters.
Yeah.
Because the way we communicate is different.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it is true. It is true. I think, at the end of the day, they're just saying, communication, trust is a thing. It was a female before.
Okay, so it's a female friend that got married that she's cool with, and the male partner doesn't mind.
So they are with a man now. They were with a female, and I guess now.
So they had okay. And that also might be understandable too, because men are also more prone to being okay with. If they're okay with it, a woman being with another woman versus a woman being with a man. Right. You know what I mean? Because she's with a woman, they don't take it as deep. They think they're more threatened by men.
Exactly.
So there are those men though that don't care. It's just like nobody can have you. But some men are more open to it. Like, well, it's a female. She can go play with the females. Go have fun.
Even though they had a relationship, it's like, it's not.
She don't have what I have, so he thinks that it's not. You better be careful. These women are powerful,
right? Oh my goodness!
But I can understand why. Maybe for her it was a little easier.
That's it.
But
they're saying, you know what? It did get weird for a little bit, and that they're the partner, like the female that they were with previously. Was me, the other partner of the person that they are now friends with. So this person, they went to the wedding, and it was like a little weird. They said her male partner was a meanie.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling the fact that you've been all up in the legs. Okay.
But like this person's now partner is like accepting of it. It sounds
right.
Like. This person's partner let them go to the wedding, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing is there's so many factors because you don't know if the other partner is going to be okay with it. The other partner, if they get a new partner, are they going to be okay? So
it's like a domino. It's layered. It's multi-layered. Oh my goodness! Thank you, friend.
Layered.
Thank you, soul friend, for texting in. Yes, look at these hot topics. It's like I said, relationship. When it comes to relationships, that's like a never ending. That could be a series.
That's where I've started my conversations, in life. My topics were always about relationships and sex. That's what I love talking about. Okay. So I'm gonna be bringing them. I'm happy you guys are open to it because I love talking about this. I will have more topics like this for sure coming up.
Yeah. Okay, last thing that our friend is saying. So they did go to the wedding of the partner that they used to be with, and they asked their now partner of 20 years, do you want to come to the wedding? And he said, I'm good.
But he was still okay with her.
Exactly.
Not allowed.
Just okay with.
Yes.
Well, okay, not allowed because
there's
it's
no
not
permission. You're not giving me permission.
Yeah. It's just
I'm choosing to go, and I'm just making sure you're good with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But for respectful reasons, of course.
Exactly. Boundaries and communication, like they said. So
I love it.
Thank you, friend. Thank you for texting in.
Are we going to be able to get into our last question? You think?
I think so. Let's do it.
Okay, let me make it snappy.
Make it snappy.
So we're talking about failed marriages now.
Ooh.
The reason I want to talk about
speaking of weddings.
Yes. And this is what could happen if maybe you don't handle some of these questions right with your partner, you know? Could have a failed marriage. But what I want to talk about is, I was triggered by this the other day because I seen somebody saying that a failed marriage is failed once it's ended. So that's what makes a failed marriage. Is like once you get a divorce, you've had a failed marriage because it's no longer, right? So yeah, no matter how long you've been together, once that relationship ends, it's considered a failed marriage. Now, this is what I heard on this show that I was watching. For me, the reason I was triggered is because I think that a lot of people, I don't think that it's failed just because it's ended. I think that if you're choosing to be happy, or maybe your marriage wasn't a happy space anymore, maybe you grew out of love, or there's just toxicity, whatever it is. If it ends and you both decide that this should end and we need to divorce to move on with our lives mutually, exactly, I think that isn't a failed marriage.
Yeah, I also agree.
Yeah, and I think that longevity doesn't equal a successful marriage. And I think a lot of people think that. There's a lot of people living in marriages and they're suffering.
Oh, they are in different rooms. They are miserable.
Bawling every night, crying.
Terrible.
Okay, but they're posting maybe the
highlight reels and the, hey, look how happy we are.
The long lovey-dovey captions.
Right.
You be scrolling.
Yeah.
And what else you got to say about him? Goddamn. But then, you know, when you're in their household, you're like, whoa.
This is different than what I saw online.
He or she's just not happy. This is not it.
Yeah.
That's a failed marriage. So there's a lot of people that are living in failed marriages already.
Exactly. Failed doesn't exactly mean like, oh, the unionship is like, that's a piece of paper. Exactly. You know, it's like, that's just, a piece of paper.
And a lot of times people, like, you'll tell somebody, like I just said to that girl, you've been together for 20 years, congratulations. Who am I to say congratulations? She might not be happy. And I'm not saying, I'm definitely they might. Yeah. I'm not speaking on the specific girl that was just talking.
Yes.
But just like that, like we're very quick to praise based off of longevity in a relationship.
Longevity and not knowing. Yeah, that's so deep.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you never really know. Nobody will really know the happiness other than those two people.
So true.
Because even when a friend comes over, you guys might be putting on a facade. It's so easy to put out what you want people to see.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but then you also hear like people that know each other for 3 months and then they got married, and it's like, and they're killing it. Like, you know, I don't know, like, you know, that whole thing. You know when you know.
You know when you know.
But I don't think, the time frame of being together, I don't think that equates to like,
successful marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the final question again?
What was the question? Oh, I didn't even think it was a question. I think
it's just like more.
Yeah, I think it was just more of a statement, like a conversation, because I was triggered by this, and I just felt like a lot of it made me think about it. Like a lot of, even like Steve Harvey and Lori not Lori, Lori's his daughter. Sorry, Steve and his wife. I can't remember her name, but they've been together a long time, and they get a lot of praise. Like, and I'm just like,
what's even?
But he said he did things. She was like a ride or die, and that's another term that I don't like.
Right,
you're not no ride or die.
Okay,
ride or die because I stayed during cheating. I fought, and they always want to give these captions. Some of them are so embarrassing. These men, they want to post these captions, basically praising their wives for staying down with them through all thick and thin. And your thick and thin is cheating and disrespectful and beating me, or tearing my confidence down. Right. That's not cute.
No, that is not a right. That's not a right or die. That's like, we have to definitely unpack these. Yeah, just like normalizing cheating, like normalizing
being a ride or die, because usually you don't hear that a man is a ride or die for a woman. You don't hear that. You hear women are holding it down. Yeah. She was holding me down. You know what holding me down means?
Yeah.
She was crying in the bed, sad, and you were out at night doing whatever you're doing. That's mostly what it means, because we're not talking about we went through rough patches as a family. Maybe we our economic status was lower. We had to figure out what we were going to do. No, we're talking about, when they're talking about that, that's what they're talking about. They're not talking about like fighting through those hardships in your marriage. And if you are, you're not going to call her a ride or die.
Right.
You're going to say we've been through things as a couple,
and team. Yeah. And even the word fail, like failed relationship, failed marriage, fail, it's just like I'm like, stop. Like, that is like jarring for me. I feel like things have their time and their purpose. Like, it can just be like, you know what, that relationship didn't work out. Like, why does it have to be like X X on your report card that you failed this thing. It's like,
we're evolving. So like, I mean, some people are for, what is it? Time, reason, season? What is
season, reason, or lifetime.
Girl.
That's it.
So you'll never know. You might plan your whole life with this person, but might not be it.
That's it. You never
know.
Never know. But let us know what you want us to know.
Yeah.
Give us a call or give us a shout. Text, call 403-220-3991. What are your thoughts on our relationship questions today? Just lay it out. How are you feeling? Even if you do text in and you're like, I'm not sure if I want to share this story, give us an anonymous name. We don't know. We can't see you. But sharing, honestly, is such a healing. Like, just literally when you send that message and you share your story, maybe you haven't shared it before, healing comes from that. So we're giving you the platform
and
to
I'm sure
share.
There'll be somebody to relate. Everybody's gone through everything.
That's it, right? Like,
we've all experienced such similar things.
That's it. We have so many more similarities than we do differences.
Right.
I feel a lot. So there are a few people texting in. I'm gonna gather myself to read these. But let's get back to the music real quick, and then we'll say bye. But thank you for the topic today, Miss Chatty. We will say bye in a little bit, right after we hear from Tongue-Tied. Is that fitting for what we're talking about? Tongue-Tied. Here we go. 7-minute song, Tongue-Tied by Sango and Asante. As we wrap up this show today, relationship topics. Everyone is like loving your relationship topics, Miss Chatty. Yay for us and just chatting through. And also thank you for you guys texting in and having something for us to talk about or, talk back too. So
yeah,
thank you. I think we just want to end on this quote that a friend texted in. Julian Barnes wrote, well, Julian Barnes is the person who wrote the quote. So the quote goes something to the effect that no one can know the million moments that pass between a couple. Full stop. And that's it. Right? Because it goes back to what we were saying between the highlight reel and like the behind the scenes. And we really don't know the million moments that pass between couples.
So don't be swearing for these couples and don't say, I want a relationship like that, because you don't know.
You don't know what's going on.
You don't know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just focus on yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good. Did she make that quote up or?
No, Julian Barnes is the original.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the person who wrote the quote.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure of the name of our anonymous friend, but
it's a very good quote.
Yeah.
Very, very good quote.
I love it.
And I'm glad you guys are enjoying these topics. I do want to say, if you guys ever miss an episode, make sure you guys check out Chatty Mother on YouTube. You guys will be able to catch these episodes and more.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Yeah, you can definitely check also out if you want to know like the songs that we played. We do keep a running track list on CJSW.com. Just go to Solar Power to find the show, and you can hear these topics again and hear the songs again, all the things. Any last words for this relationship topic as we sign off, Miss Chatty?
No, love and light to all. Make sure you're you're communicating and asking those questions and creating those boundaries if you need to.
Amen. Preach. Shout out to Charlene, Adam, Shay, Justin, and a couple more of our anonymous friends today for texting in. Big love to Luke's, our show sponsor, for making it possible for us to even be here and jump on these waves. And that's it. Until next Tuesday, be kind. Stay tuned for the 6-string variety hour. Aaron has a vinyl day planned for y'all. Thumbs up in the booth. All right. Be kind. Take care. Stay warm.
Bye.
That's it. Yeah. Bye.